So we finished last session at the Wizard's Tower. You'd approached the Wizard's Tower. Theron had gone to open the door of the wagon, which had exploded, and then you'd set about trying to get in, break in, and it was surrounded by lightning. You'd not quite figured it out. I'll give you, other than the Wizard's Tower, let me give you the door again. Just flashing that up for you. And you set up for a rest, being all blown to pieces. You decided you were going to sleep through. It was night time anyway. About an hour into your rest, you'd actually, Alanonl had set up his Leomund's tiny hut. About an hour into it, a Vistani woman was charging down the jetty towards you. Identified herself as Esmeralda or Ez, and she was followed by werewolves. She told you that she'd managed to escape from a camp of werewolves, that the camp was round to the north of Lake Baratok, where you are, and the werewolves had got some captive children. So you joined in with Esmeralda to fight these werewolves when hags appeared, and shit went bad. Real bad. Theron was polymorphed, captured into a bag, and Alanonl, who was trying to help Theron, was slashed apart by one of the hags and left unconscious and dead on the floor. And we'd finished the session with Esmeralda looking from the leader of the werewolves that had run away to the werewolves that you'd killed to the hags, and she was just getting into the fight and enjoying herself with you boys, figuring out that you're competent types. And then these hags turned up, and we finished with her declaring, "What the fuck is going on?" And she says this in it was Damian and Brungrik who were in front of her, and Valkyn lurking round the back.
Always lurking.
Always lurking.
There's women involved.
Yeah.
So, like I say,
God forbid I actually go up and talk to one of them.
who was having the manly competition over Irina?
Jake and Johnson won it.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a manly competition. I was friendly conversing with her, and Johnson was getting jealous.
And then wasn't it Niloren that got his looks in because he lost his eye?
Oh, yeah, she was. She was patching you up, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other two.
And then Valkyn got jealous again.
You see a pattern.
I always thought Valkyn liked his women with a knife in the back, though.
Oh
shit! That's fighting talk.
That's low. That's low.
Wow.
So we
I
start.
called dibs though. That's the thing. I called dibs.
Not good.
What with dibs being an actual thing?
yeah,
Absolutely.
but you rolled a 1.
So we're starting the session with Esmeralda in front of Damian and Brungrik, with Niloren floating around, and she's got a rapier and a hand axe, both bloodied from fighting the werewolves, and she's on the virtually pointing them at you threateningly, saying, "What the fuck is going on? Tell me what the fuck is going on."
Will everyone stop getting killed?
Yeah, sorry, Andy.
I mean, I'm just gonna kind of like put my hands up in a defensive kind of like, look. Honestly, it's not what it seems. We've just got in some trouble with these night hags, and quite clearly they've come to act some vengeance for Theron's actions.
She'll say, "Night hags? No one told me about night hags. Who blew up?" And she'll say this quite quickly. She'll say, "Who blew up my home? Who the fuck is that dead fella? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are these night hags?" And then she points at Damian and says, "You know something about this, the fella that's staying in this tower. How do you know about him?"
So Damian again would be quite defensive. He's not going to be he's going to try and look as unthreatening as possible. And he's just going to say like, look, it was Theron that blew up your the guy that got polymorphed into a toad and was taken by the night hags. He was the one that blew up your caravan. He was a bit of a loose cannon. I'd warned him throughout when he first joined us that he needed to be careful and that this place was dangerous. However, he did not heed my warning, and obviously it looks like it's come to bite him. We have been in Barovia for some time now. We came across a windmill where we'd heard some children had been missing, and it turns out that it was a night hag coven, and they were living in the tower. They've been eating the children and turning them into pies. We tried to rescue anybody that was there and got stitched up. They beat us and have now cursed us, or I say cursed us all, but it's only me and Valkyn now that hold curses above our heads. And at the moment, we've been unable to kill anything since taking these vows with the hags. They tasked us with going to Castle Ravenloft to give an agent of theirs a magic item, which was what belonged to one of our friends. They took his eye to make it, and then Theron stabbed it, and I think that has obviously enraged him and made them hunt us more fiercely than they previously had. We have been kind of splitting here and there, and we came across a man by the name of Rictavio near the Wizards of Wine winery. I believe I know who he really is, and he's one of my idols. I actually own some kind of documentation that he's wrote before, and after we dealt with kind of one of the problems we had, he told us to come and meet him back here so we could deal with the hag problem that we had.
Okay, that's pretty good, Jake. Let's have a persuasion check. You can have advantage with that then. That was a nice little concise story. Let's see if you can placate theirs a little bit.
Valkyn's just going to add to that little bit of conversation and just shout from the scaffolding. Theron was a dick.
Alright, it's only a 10.
That's your advantage as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So not entirely convinced. She'll sort of look around you all. She's not. Weapons still out. Shoulders have dropped a little bit, but she's not gone to full rest mode. I was trying to think of the military term. What is it that you say when you're not on
Tease?
A tease. Yeah, she's not at ease. Thanks.
guard.
I knew I could rely on either you or Miller. And she'll say, "So why are you here? Why are you at this tower?"
Like I say, the Rictavio told us to meet him here for his assistance against the night hags. I can assure you, I think Damian would look at her, and you said that she looks quite Vistani-like, or she is a Vistani.
She is Vistani,
and he'd say like,
clearly. Yeah.
look, we are kin. I'm not originally from Barovia, but I am part of the Vistani people.
Okay.
I can swear on my kind of family honor that I'm not here to do you harm. We just need the help.
Okay. She'll say, okay, so we need to be sure that we're talking about the same person. This documentation you have, this, can I see it?
And Damian would pull out his kind of little book, and he'd say, it belongs to this man, and he'd just show her the book. He wouldn't want to obviously hand it over because it's quite tattered and worn, but it's one of his prized possessions.
Okay, so she'll see the title. She'll see the title. Just in brief, in sort of faded script, Van Richten's, and she'll say, right, fine, no, we're the same person. I'm his, I don't know what you'd call me. I'm his student. Some people have called me his protege. And I entered Barovia only recently, only a few days ago, trying to find him. So you think you know where he is?
Well, we bumped into him, like I say, at the Wizards of Wine winery. and he advised that we meet him at this wizard's tower. He said that we could complete the task that we'd been set, which was to go and destroy a Gulfire Stree and deal with some druids, which unfortunately we came into combat with Strahd. And during that combat, we lost 2 of our comrades, Niloren and Rillik. And then since that point, Brungrik and Theron had been with our party.
Okay, at this point, you see just pure incredulity on her face. Well, you've battled Strahd.
I wouldn't really describe it as a battle. I would say it was a massacre.
Okay, and now you can see her shoulders have properly sagged at ease type, which is wow, that's incredible. So you guys you're against Strahd then, I take it.
I can't wait to remove the head from his bastard shoulders.
Well, in which case you've got a friend in me. I'll tell you that much. Right, it looks like we've got some work to do here. We need to honour the dead and get settled in for the night. I have been inside the tower before. It's a secure place. If you want to rest the night in here, I intend to rest the night.
Was Alanonl particularly religious?
No.
No? Then I think Brungrik would offer to do a service, but again, same as what he did with Rillik and with Niloren, he'd offer to burn them at dawn.
Sure. Okay.
Him. There's no them. Him. Burn him at dawn. Removing any items that it's worth saving.
Yeah. What had Alanonl got on? He's got his Pearl of Power of note. Spellbook.
But
That's an interesting
point,
point,
Jake.
Mr. Miller. He's got a spellbook, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
You've got both character sheets, haven't you?
I have.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, definitely keep hold of them. We can sort the rest. I don't think it's going to be important, but just remember what's on Alanonl, and we can divide it up or do whatever. So at this point, as you're sort of honouring Alanonl, preparing him, Esmeralda will go and look through the wreckage of her wagon, her carriage, and she's absolutely devoted that it's been destroyed.
I think Brungrik, that would probably say, I would ask her about why it was booby trapped in the first place.
It's a fair question. She'll answer, and she'll say, "Well, let's put it this way.
Barovia.
Exactly. This is the domain of dread. What the items in there were to fight evil, but they'd also be equally used against me. And if I'm not in possession of them, then I don't want anyone else to have them." But she pokes through. There's literally nothing of it left whatsoever. It's at this point that you start to notice a mist start to descend, and it seems to be coming in from the lake, and it's specifically coming in around the path leading up to the wizard's tower. It's very suspicious in nature, almost supernatural.
Run inside, boys. I ain't got another fight in me.
Yeah, I think we need to get to safety. I think Damian would look at Esmeralda. He'd quickly look at Esmeralda or Ez and say, "Is this would this tower ward from the ethereal presence of the hags? I fear they may return for my interventions." In trying to save Theron.
She'll say, "Yeah, it's an anti-magic zone. It's a pure anti-magic zone," and she's looking around as well. And she'll just say to you, "Have you figured out how to get in?" When you spot from the mist a humanoid figure stepping forwards. Mr. Miller, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Covered in dark robes. I've got my hood up. Very greyish skin, but for all intents and purposes, from where you are, all you can see is this black hooded figure carrying a staff walking towards the tower. not really cautiously. He's just walking as you would going into a pub or something like that. You know, there's some purpose about my character as I'm just walking up the causeway towards the tower.
So in response to this, the rapier and hand axe from Esmeralda come straight out again. And she looks round.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the Niloren would get ready for battle as well. Shield to the front, axe up.
Brungrik.
So
That's what I
seeing
meant.
all the seeing all,
It's like it's happening all over again. Ah!
It might not look like I'm paying attention, but I am.
seeing all these weapons being drawn, I just stopped dead in my tracks, hold my hand up, say, I mean you no harm. I've just come to have a look at the tower.
So Esmeralda steps forward and she'll say, Who are you? Why are you here?
So, my name's Ramon. I'm a wizard from the Shadow Plains. I've been here for many years now, trying to battle Strahd and rid the land of the evil that is bestowed upon this land. I came here with a party of adventurers looking much like yourselves, but they've all succumbed to the horrors of this world. Now I'm just on a quest to find a way to destroy Strahd and get my revenge.
So as it is, looks left and right, looks towards Damian, Brungrik, and Valkyn, and she's sort of you will say that Remen is still a distance away, and she'll sort of almost under her breath, she'll say, "What do you think?"
My trust is completely shot. I don't know what is kind of truth and false in this land at the moment. I'm still on guard. And he's going to kind of keep his fist clenched around his short sword and his whip in his hand.
She'll say again under her breath. She'll say, "Well, this tower operates as it's an anti-magic field. If he's a wizard, he's going to be pretty powerless in here. We need to rest. I need to rest. You guys we've all had the shit kicked out of us, and you can see from escaping the werewolves. I did mention it last session, but I've not mentioned it that she was torn up. She's got rips and scars that look like werewolf wounds. She'll say, I say we'll let him in. We'll take it in turns, just keeping an eye on him. We'll scope it out, ask him some questions inside, and see how we get on from there. As soon as we step within 5 feet of the door, he can't do anything. You all agree?
Okay, I trust what you're saying.
Okay. So she'll look up and say, Master Wizard, in which case you should know that this is our tower. This is where we intend to sleep for the night. You are welcome to stay with us, but until you prove yourself, we will be keeping an eye on you, if that's fair.
I'm in agreement.
So she turns round and she'll say, right, let's get to this. I really need to sleep. I'm going to point this door at you again, and I'm going to say to you, it is a puzzle. Esmeralda knows how to get in, so she'll quite happily do it. However, can anyone figure it out?
The hand gestures. It looks like hand, like yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's
start and finish, but it's which way do you start and which way do you finish?
Well, fortunately, it doesn't matter which way round. So you'd either start there or there. What's nice about it, and I was hoping to get to it in last session, if you do one out of order, and whoever was going to attempt it, I was going to say, right, I'm going to keep an eye on you, and do one step at a time. If you get one step wrong, because it's a magical tower, it summons a young blue dragon. And I was really hoping I was going to get to fight you with a young blue dragon. I got the stat block lined up and everything. I was ready to go. But Esmeralda will step in front and she'll do this, that, or whichever way around. And she'll complete it, and you'll hear a click, and the door just swings ever so slightly open.
Werewolves weren't bad enough. We'll just throw a young blue dragon into the mix as well.
A young blue dragon, dude. I know. Well, it's Barovia. I don't get to play with many dragons, so, or any, or do I? Who knows? So I was kind of looking forward to it. Let me give you. I'm just going to give you the basics of the tower because you're just here to sort of rest for the night. As you walk into the tower itself, there's a curtain in front of you beyond the door. As you pull the door back, there's everything's in tatters and shreds. There's boxes all beaten up, but there is a lift, and it's a freestanding lift in the middle. On each corner, there looks like to be a clay statue. What Esmeralda will do is walk up to the edge of the lift, gesture you all in, so you're all sort of huddled there. It's sort of an awkward moment, and the statues, they turn out to be golems, they start pulling, and it's a whoom, and the lift goes and you're all jostled. It takes a good 2 or 3 minutes to get up to the second floor, which is destroyed. Third floor's got holes in it. When you get up to the fourth floor, it looks lived in. And I didn't have it ready prepared, but I'll try and find it now. It's a lived-in area with I found it. I'll read it. Unlike the levels below, the room shows signs of recent habitation, and although the place reeks of mould and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cosy bed, a desk with matching chairs, bright tapestries, and an iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters the window through a slit, or it doesn't because it's dark time. Other features of the room include a standing suit of armour, a wooden chest, old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which the iron chains that support the tower elevator platform. Now she will, because you're with Esmeralda, she'll say to you, "Don't go near the armor. It is an animated armor. It's the fella that built this place, a wizard by the name of Kazan. I believe he was the architect that built Castle Ravenloft as well. He was an archmage. He'd enchanted it as a sort of a manservant for himself." The chest, and she sort of looks a little bit confused by this herself. She said the chest has got a head in it, and it's the head of a Vistani. I genuinely don't well. I think I have an inkling as why it was there, and it's preserved. It's been, all the embalming type fluids and all the rest of it. I can only assume that our mutual friend wanted to. He has certain abilities that would allow him to speak to the dead. I can only assume that that's what it was for. But she wanders over to the stove, lights it up. It's warm, it's cosy. Remen would have had the very much the sense as soon as you cross the threshold that all of it's an anti-magic zone. It's a literal anti-magic zone. It's nothing functions in it, which for Remen I would be should imagine is quite concerning. But also, you know that you can't be attacked, you can't be scryed, nothing from the ethereal plane can get in, and because you're four levels up, you feel pretty secure. So Esmeralda will sit in the corner. She'll get out a sort of a knife and start whittling away. What the rest of you want to do?
I mean, Damian would potentially, avoiding the mage armor, just have a little look around to see if there's kind of any books around or any kind of information on the table that potentially Van Richten has left. Just to kind of have a little bit of a nosy around. He'd kind of just have a little bit of a ponder without like looking like he's being too invasive. If it's just like, or it was like a little bit of
Okay. So have a surreptitious perception or investigation, whichever's best for you. I'm quite happy with, Jake.
It's a nat 1.
Yeah,
I'm fanboying that hard at the moment.
You're trying to be too subtle about it. You're not going to find anything with that, obviously. It is warm, it is cosy. So you've got Esmeralda that you hardly know in one corner. You've got Remen looking dark and mysterious. And now that he's a little bit closer, you can see he's an elf, but he's grey skin. Is it, Andy?
Yeah.
Just...
Well, now that I'm in, I want to put everyone at ease. So I take my hood off, and I've got very grey, almost ill-looking skin, because obviously I'm from the Shadow Plains. Very sort of dirty grey, long hair, and I just look knackered.
Nice.
I think Brungrik would look at Ramen and say, "Now I thought I was old. You look like you've seen some days, friend."
Many, and then some.
Tell me your story. What brought you to Barovia?
Well, I travelled from my world in the Shadow Realm, where I was a servant of the Raven Queen, and my sole goal in life was to rid these worlds of menacing evil. So we were sent on a quest, and we were teleported here through into Barovia, me and my party, and we've travelled this land for years, and encountered many horrors, and unfortunately I've lost many companions, and I've found myself on my own at this time. So I've just decided that, well, until I met you, I thought I would just travel the plains by myself, looking for a way to defeat Strahd and gain as much help and support as I can along the way.
Drow.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I want to identify what type of elf he is.
A great haggled one.
I'll tell you what you can both do then. Let's think about your characters. Both have a... Well, unless you're asking. You're just trying to figure out. I'll tell you what, let's have a history check from both of you.
Oh, shit. Stonecutting, Dave.
He's not made of stone, dude. You can't...
I've got a +1 to history, so I'm gonna angle for it every time I can.
You know what? That makes it real easy because you both rolled a 17. You would recognise him as a Shadow Kai elf. So in terms of elves from the Prime Material, you've got Golden Elves, Sun Elves, Drow, Wood Elves, and then you've got extraplanar elves. So you've got Eladrin that exists from the Feywild, and then you've got Shadow Kai, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shadow Kai elves exist in the Shadowfell. So if you remember, it's been a long time since I've explained it. So the Prime Material plane is the world that you live on. Above it or below it, depending on your point of view, is the Feywild or the Shadowfell. So it's a reflection of the Prime Material plane. The Feywild is pretty and lively, still dangerous and nasty, but there's vibrant colours. The Shadowfell is a reflection of the Prime Material plane, but it's dark, dingy, lots of misery, sorrow, and that's where Remen heralds from.
It's where the undead travel to before, and whatever we're seeing, or whatever you see in the Fey world, say you got a nice lush meadow. In the Shadow world, it's the exact opposite. It's a marsh swamp where you've got nice castles on the top. You got ruined villages and what have you below it.
Yeah, I think this probably would make the hairs on the back of Brungrik's neck stand up a little bit. He wouldn't be too comfortable around Ramen at the minute.
And
he would be making assumptions, obviously, but with the mention of the Shadowlands and what he knows, he would be a bit okay.
I would see this, and I wouldn't be giving away anything to you, but I would try offering words of reassurance that I'm not here to hurt anyone who doesn't. If you're not attacking me, I'm not attacking you. If you're up to no good, then we have a problem. But we don't have that situation. I'm here to focus on getting rid of evil and badness and wrong-uns, not people that have common goals like myself.
So what I'm gonna say that you can do then, if especially Niloren, fucking hell, I'm doing it now.
Jesus, Dave, it's still a sore point,
It's bad when you do it, but when the Dungeon Master does it, it's like a kick in the tits.
Yeah. You killed him.
And then I laughed. I actually giggled. Would you like to make an insight check?
Yeah.
You can do it with advantage because you sat in front of the fellow. It's a non-hostile environment, so 17. Wow, +8. Everything that Remen is saying to you seems legitimate, and everything that you've heard about Shadow Kai, it's entirely possible. Just because he's from the Shadowfell doesn't necessarily mean that he is evil. You're aware of people from evil lands that aren't actually evil.
Yeah, I think it would like he was quite open with Theron when he met Theron. He was quite open with these guys. Just the mention of him being from the Shadowlands with the knowledge that he has, he probably wouldn't be as forthcoming as he had with the other guys, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
He'd be that little bit more reserved. That well, hang on a minute. Are you one of the odd few or are you one of the many? Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of mentality.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He's been around the block a while.
Yeah. How old would Remen be then? Have you stuck an age in for him?
I reckon I've not really looked at it, to be honest, but I reckon he's probably in his 80s in elf terms.
Well, in terms of elf terms, are you sort of middle-aged, late middle-aged?
Yeah, middle-aged.
Middle-aged. Well, middle-aged, you're talking 300 plus. 400. The occasional wrinkle, grey streak sort of type thing.
Yeah.
300-400 years old probably then. So quite clearly, all of your superior. I think Valkyn is a drow. You're still quite young, aren't you?
Yeah, still relatively young.
And human and yeah. So as Esmeralda's sat and she's listened to all of this, and she says, and she'll look over towards Remen and say, "Interesting, because Barovia and the Domains of Dread are all part of the Shadowfell. I assume that you just stumbled into it by accident. That's interesting."
Well, I didn't stumble into it by accident. Me and my party were given a task and we stepped across. But we found since being here, we've not been able to step back.
That's what the Domains of Dread do. There's two ways out. One is that the Dread Lord lets you out, or two, you kill the Dread Lord. So Lewis has got child issues. Is it Max?
Emma.
Oh, say no more. We're on camera.
And she's in the house.
I saw your video from Thomasland as well that you posted. That was quite entertaining.
Got some moves, hasn't she?
Yeah. It's good, Thomasland. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, kids love it.
Yeah. Right, where were we? We'd gone from Barovia to Thomasland. That's just
Yeah, complete
Polar
opposite.
opposites.
Happy
aren't they?
place,
Yeah.
Innovative.
really evil place.
So
What the
so
fuck
as
is Thomas Land?
I know that Thomas Land is so pesky.
What is it?
so Esmeralda sort of she has enough, and she'll sort of as Damian's still poking around, and she'll sort of whisper to Damian as she walks past. She'll sort of say, "I'll watch him first, then. I'll wake you up when it's your time to watch, and you do the same with your oppos."
I agree. It sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Thank you.
So she, everyone gets a kip. I'm assuming that no one else is going to do anything particular. I mean, you can carry on.
Yeah,
filling in
I
stories.
am. I'm assuming we're all having are we having a long rest or something?
Yeah.
What time of day is it? I know it's night time, but
It's now getting pretty late. But when you arrived, and again I forget the actual time scale. Let's say midnight.
midnight. Okay. With that, before I start getting our head down, I'm gonna make my excuses to the group, explaining I have to do something for my own protection. I assure you that I mean you no harm. However, there are just certain things that I have to do. So I'm going to need to step out of the tower, and hopefully you'll let me back in. But it will only benefit us all. It's just an extra level of protection for us. You know, my years here in Barovia, you know, I don't like to leave anything to chance. So if you're happy with that, I'll go and do what I've got to do before I can get my head down.
I think I'll be accompanying you there, Master Wizard, if you'll excuse the intrigue.
Fair enough. If it puts your mind at ease.
That and a sip of the finest whiskey always puts me at ease.
Oh, I've just finished mine.
So with that, then I'm going to go downstairs.
Yeah.
Step out of the magic circle, and I'm just going to make an incantation and what have you before going back up to bed.
Okay.
Would I know the incantation?
You can have an Arcana check if you wish.
Ooh, yeah, okay, I'll give it a go. Ah, boom, nat 20. That's
Okay.
it, ladies and gents. I'm done for the night.
Right, we've had a nat 1, we've had a nat 20 now, we're balanced.
So, Mr. Miller, would you like to explain to Brungrik what he sees and what you're doing?
Well, he doesn't see anything other than me doing this incantation. And so all I'm going to say to him is that because of my losses and my struggle with defeating the evil, I've just learned some new tricks to help in my quest. And this is just something that I do every night to prolong my safety and to help keep me safe.
Unfortunately, with a natural 20, you're going to have to tell him what you're casting, dude.
I'll go away with it, mate. It's a nat 20.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'll lead him over to the water's edge, and I'll just say, look down into there, where he will find 4 zombies just chilling in the water.
So he will step back shocked and hiss at Raman, what is this heresy? He's a man of God,
It's a means to an end, my dear dwarf. A means to an end.
But they are the dead. They should remain so.
This whole plane is in peril. I saw that you yourselves have had a royal ass kicking today, and listening to your stories, you know, when you've been here as long as I have, there will come a point where you will seek any means necessary in order to reach your end goal. I pray you don't have to go as far as I have.
But this is the darkest of magic. There's no justification, no jurisdiction in which this is acceptable. Like you can tell you've genuinely offended him.
So, where if it puts you, this is the path I've chosen, and I don't expect you to like it, to love me, or whatever. However, I can assure you, Master Dwarf, that I only take bodies and souls from those that have done me harm or are doing harm. Never an innocent party.
And a bit of the anger that the rest of those that are still alive would recognise in him from before, when he's had these anger outbursts, and he'll just and he'll just storm off back towards the tower. You're not in his good books, mate. And it's a proper, real. He's fuming, and he'll go back in and he'll tell everyone else what he's seen, what you've done.
Mute, Jake.
Sorry, I think you would immediately look at Brungrik and then look at Ez and kind of see what Ez's general opinion on the situation is.
So while Brungrik goes up on the lift's still up. So Remen's still left downstairs. He's not privy to the. Well, so Esmeralda's just whittling away still, and she'll say, "This means to an end." If he helps us fight evil, if he does it to fight evil, and she'll turn to Brungrik and say, "You're a holy man, aren't you? You're a cleric. If you put your mind to it, if you put your mind to it, you'd be able to do the same." And I dare say people
would never revert to that sort of power.
Even if it destroys the evil, even if do the means not justify the goal?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Well, my opinion is different. If he's here to help us and he's willing to fight the devil, I say.
If we employ the same powers as the devil, are we not as bad as the devil?
Not when we defeat the devil.
But then
you say that these souls that he's taking, that these bodies that he's bringing back, they're no good to anyone.
They are his enemies, not necessarily ours.
Well, it's just my opinion. He sounds like a powerful spellcaster if that's what he can do. And how many zombies did you say? 4?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, that's no mean feat. I say keep him.
Kind of on that, Damian would probably look at Brungrik and he'd say, I do see reason in her argument. I think we've lost Alanonl, and he was a great weapon for us in terms of battling the evils of Barovia. And I fear that without any magic, we are still going to become easily picked off by our foes in Barovia.
And he'll look to Valkyn and say, "And you, what do you think of this?"
Valkyn's going to slam his dagger into the arm of the chair, and he says, "Enough quabbling." He stays. If he puts a foot wrong, I'll gut him in his.
Gut.
Yeah, we got to gut, mate, and then you cut out.
All right, sorry. I said I'll gut him in his sleep.
Oh. I assume that's how it went in my head, but we just heard gut and then nothing. So, I think Brungrik would just be like stood there looking at everyone like don't you get it? Like, but he's not saying it. You can see that's what he's thinking. He's just like looking at her like, what? And he'll walk off into a corner just.
Nice. So the lift descends and Remen comes back up after performing his rituals. Which so you've got another 24 hours, and it seems to be midnight is your cut-off point there, Miller. Yeah. Just make a note of midnight. So as Remen rises, anything from Remen? Anything from anyone else?
I can see that it's been discussed in my absence, and I'm just going to go and find a corner sit down and get my head down.
Okay.
Sit down and listen to some My Chemical Romance.
We haven't got two goths now.
Edgelords.
Nice. Okay, so if no one else has got any other business, the night passes without any other issue.
How does it work in terms of still taking like watches? Would we still be able to claim a long rest if we're like taking shifts in?
Yeah, as long as you're not exerting yourself. So if you, I mean, obviously the obvious one would be a fight. If you did something daft like went for a jog, then yeah. But as long as you get 4 hours, 5 hours sleep plus, fixing your gear, and all that kind of business, then yeah.
I can actually meditate, so I can go into a trance where in any 4 hours.
You can long rest for 4 hours, yeah. So can Miller actually. So can Remen. So anyway, you take your watches. Remen has his kit and he's peaceful. He's sat there, with looking through his own spell book. So what we need to remember is who's in possession of Niloren's spell book and the Pearl of Power, and Niloren's bits and pieces. Is that you, Sam?
So you've just got Niloren on the brain, haven't you?
Did I say Niloren again?
Alanonl.
I love that these are recorded now. This is brilliant.
we all miss him. We know that.
Keeps bringing up
But he's dead. He's gone.
And I killed him.
And there's nothing we can do to get him back.
Well, I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know, actually. Miller's here now.
Do you want to player versus player combat? Go bring Niloren back and watch what's happened.
I think so far you've burnt everyone.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
That's the next point is because at sunrise, sunrise for Barovia, when it gets slightly lighter, I'm going to assume for you, Sam, that Brungrik will go downstairs, sort Alanonl's body, do your whole business. So Alanonl's sorted. We'll say you're in possession of his kit then, Sam.
Well, Jake's got the bag of holding, so he'd probably go into the bag of holding.
Right, sound. So morning of the next day, you can click your long rests button, and it comes to the next day. So Esmeralda, she'll start the day off by turning to you all and saying, right, listen, I've got something I need to do. I'm not going to be able to travel with you for now. I need to travel west. I believe you boys are going east towards Vallaki, you mentioned. Was your next stop to try and find our friend.
That's what Rictavio said, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Meet him at the pub if we couldn't find him at the tower.
Yeah. So she'll say, but know that you have a friend in me, and when it comes, should we survive, when it comes to the final confrontation, I'm there. You just send the word and I'll come. Hopefully we'll see each other before then, but if not, I wish you well. And she ums and ahs, and you see. Yeah, sorry, go on, Jake.
Oh, sorry, just before she clears off, Damian would just want to ask her about the werewolf that was there last night, and just said the friend that the foe that followed you last night, he's not going to be. Is he a problem we may face on the road?
The answer to that is obviously always. But and she'll point. You've got your map, your hand-drawn map, and she'll point out where the werewolf cave is. If you're on Lake Baratok, which is where the wizard's cave is, the werewolf den is to the northwest side of the far end of the lake, and she'll point to it, and she'll say they're not far away, but the further you get away from them, the less likely you are to meet him. I believe as a leader he does range here and there, and I'm pretty sure he's controlled by the devil. but I need to investigate some more. I need to see a few more bits and pieces. I will find you, but if I don't, come and find me. I'll either be here or around Valaki when my business is concluded, and she'll look you all up and down. And obviously, you've been in combat. She'll see what you can all do. Rapier on one side, hand axe on the other, and next to it is a short sword as well. And she'll take the short sword out, and it's a silvered short sword, and she'll offer it to Valkyn, and she'll say, "It's the best I can do for now, but is this any good to you?"
We'll look after it, lady.
If he doesn't sell it.
See that you do.
What?
And
If you don't sell it.
she'll also. Let me just have a quick shifty. She'll pass she'll pass Niloren a vial of. Oh, for fuck's sake! She'll pass.
We need a fine. We need to have like a glass of whiskey sat there or something and drink every time you say Niloren.
That'd be an
Problem
interesting
is,
game of D&D.
It's absolutely smashed by the end of the night.
I tell you what we'll do. If ever Lewis sorts out this trip to York that we're supposed to be having, I'll do that.
I'm actually going up at the end of the year to do a recce, so I'll let you know.
Oh yeah, Sam. So she'll give Brungrik 2 vials because I said Niloren. She'll now give you 2 vials of holy water, and she'll give Damian a potion of greater healing as well. And she'll shake hands with all of you, and she'll shake hands with Remen. Obviously, she's not met Remen before, but she'll shake hands with you, and she'll wish you all well, good fortune, and final fight. She's there for you. And unless you've got any other questions, she goes down, disappears off.
Holy water, just what the doctor ordered.
2 vials, dude. 2 vials.
Yeah.
So that, if you remember, because that's protection from good and evil sorted. It's holy water as well. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff in there, mate, that you can.
Yeah.
You can
I could rejig a few spells now.
Yeah. Are you going downstairs, heading off east to Valaki?
Well, now she's gone. I just want to have a little snoop around, or have a look around the room where we're at, because I obviously noticed when we went in there that there was some dark art type stuff.
Sure.
Around.
Have an investigation then, or perception, whichever's best for you. It should be investigation, really. I know they do it on Critical Role, one or the other, but they are quite different. Have an investigation, Miller.
Yeah, that's right. 12.
Other than what she's told you about, so you have a look inside the chest. There is a head in there, a preserved head of a tanned Vistani. Vistani are all sort of Eastern European, but thick black hair, like Damian, thick black hair, slight tan to them. You can sort of spot them, but it's perfectly preserved. Other than that, there's nothing else sinister. The suit of armor, it is an animated armor. So you were pretty sure if you had access to your spells, you'd be able to cast Identify and possibly control it. But obviously, you're in a dead zone, so you can't. In the chest, it smells of lavender as someone's trying to conceal the smell, but there is nothing else of note that you find.
Okay. And with that, I would mention to Damian, as he's got the bag of holding, and that I would say, I'm not asking for anything, but when I've gained your trust, hopefully you'll share Alanonl's tools with me should we need them, but I'm not asking for them now.
That's pretty quick. and to the point.
I've been here too long to beat about the bush.
Well, all I'll say is prove your worth to us and show that your goals are aligned, and then I'll feel comfortable enough to maybe share. But at the moment, even though, you know, I'm happy to have you accompany us to Valkyn, I still don't 100% trust you.
And I'd just reply, I'd expect nothing less. And I'd just leave it like that.
Sure. So, another bit of business that we need to deal with then. You get to the bottom of the tower. You step away from 5 feet. Are you going to journey east now that you have magic back? How is the journey going to take place?
Can I just inspect the short sword that I've been given? Is there anything special about it? Is there anything I notice?
It's silvered. It's a silvered short sword. So a lot of werewolves, for example, you're going to be able to now injure lycanthropes. If you have a think.
See, it's not
magical, no, but it is a silvered weapon. Give me just a general intelligence check then, please, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, not 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, a silvered weapon is invaluable. When you're talking about, especially for lycanthropes, lycanthropes are immune. So if you haven't got silver, you cannot damage them. But a lot of extraplanar beings, including devils, fiends, fae, things, some undead, need either magical or silvered weapons to injure, including, and with a natural 20, I'm quite happy to tell you, including, as I've said, fiends, specifically night hags. So now it's not just your dagger, it's you've got dual wield, if you like, or pick and choose.
I'm just looking at it as a point of view for adding it to my inventory.
If
the damage, it's just it doesn't come up on the inventory, so it's
I think
customized.
You can customize and just put silver in it. That's what I did with my axe.
Yeah. So if you add a short sword, a normal short sword, to your equipment, equip it, and then click on the actual name on the right hand side, it should say customized as one of those options. It's silvered.
With you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's, I mean, for you mechanically now, you can dual wield, so you can have dagger, short sword.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can only do. That's something I discovered not long ago. Again, I'm massively metagaming here. If you could figure out a way to attack not on your round, you can apply your sneak attack.
Yeah.
So during your round, you can apply sneak attack. If you get an opportunity attack, you can apply sneak attack. If someone gives you the ability to attack on their behalf during their round, you can apply your sneak attack. So it's yeah. Anyway, so
Okay.
what? The other thing, what are we doing with your friends, Mr. Miller?
Well, I'm going to whisper into the wind, raise my hand. They're going to climb out of the water and follow us behind in their drunken Jack Sparrow sort of walk.
Can at some point rise. No, too much. So
that's a WoW reference, that isn't it?
It's a what?
World of Warcraft reference.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, warlocks just it's Death Knights, isn't it? Just go and things just appear out of everywhere.
Yeah. So four zombies appear out of the lake. You all knew about them anyway, so it doesn't come as a surprise to you. And is that it? We're all heading off towards Valkyn?
Unless anyone has a quicker way of walking, yeah.
Well, because as you are walking, the zombies do keep pace with you. They only have a speed of 20, which they don't. You're only walking, so it's not as if you're jogging or anything. So they do keep pace with you. So let's have during the day then. We'll say that it gets closer towards. How long is it going to take you to get to Vallaki? So it's almost all day. In fact,
Whilst while we were walking, I was just going to mention to Valkyn, because Valkyn was there at the exact time. But I was like, did Strahd not mention something about him heading towards Vallaki?
Can you say I do not recall? I remember.
I'm sure he mentioned something about going to seek his Tatiana.
That's exactly what he said, Jake. Yeah. So after he'd, and it's legitimately after he'd taken Niloren down, he said to this veiled figure on the back of the nightmare, "Come, Tatiana awaits in Vallaki." And then off he sped into the night.
Probably, if Damian is saying that to Valkyn, you'll probably notice Brungrik pick up the pace ever so slightly, with a bit more of a "let's get there then, come on."
A dwarf sprint.
Very good and short distances.
We're
Natural sprinters.
not good at this cross-country lark.
So you get it's a good journey. It's a reasonable day that for a Barovian day. The rain stays away. The mist isn't too bad. It's not overly cold. It's quite bright. Still no natural sunlight. But in terms of a Barovian day, it's not too bad. And as it's clear, as you get closer to about midday, in the distance that you're heading, so further to the east, you can clearly hear sounds of a ruckus, some kind of combat fighting happening. Not too far away, just round the sort of next bend. Let's say 100 odd feet away. What do you want to do?
For a fall.
Advance slowly and try and wreck it as we go.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, what was that? Sorry.
Recce around the corner. You use me. Yeah.
Okay, so are you doing it stealthily, Mr. Johnson?
I'm gonna hold my hand up. Hold.
Tidy. Right. So roll your stealth, everyone else, as you move forwards. Around
as he's going, trying to sort himself out to go and be a bit stealthy. I'm just going to indicate to my zombies to get in front of us, and it's like a bit of a wall.
Before he stealths off, I'm going to tap him and give him a bit of guidance.
Well, he's rolled a 23.
He's run off.
He's rolled a 23, and then for some reason he showed it as his crotch. There's just no need.
I've already got advantage on stealth.
Yeah. Oh, he's very stealthy. What you guys can see as you get to the sort of a brow of a hill, as it drops down, and then you're sort of on a left branch, and it swings around to the right. It's a curious scene in front of you. What you can see is mostly what looks like scarecrows, but they're bipedal scarecrows, and they look like they're attacking two figures. One of them you've seen before. You can see a little bit in the distance what looks like an undead knight. This or a similar knight you've met before, or at least Damian and Valkyn would have met before. And it's the knight from Argynvostholt with the silver dragon surcoat on the front. And he seems to be battling, he's surrounded, totally flanked by all of these undead, and then sort of approaching him as if trying to aid him is another humanoid figure. Lewis, if you'd like to explain what your character looks like.
So quite muscular build, clad in black leather armor, a bit like a samurai, with some kind of red rope drapage around, with a samurai half mask across his face, with a bit of a lichen description to it. So some kind of fangs and a bit of like you can tell it's definitely some kind of lichen mask. With a katana, which when he draws it almost gives off a subtle glow as he has it. Yeah, a picture Ghost of what's it? Ghost of Toshiba or
Yeah.
Shima.
That's it, Toshima. That kind of look. He looks almost like a samurai, and he shouldn't be here.
Okay, so let's give you the map. Let's just create a little bit of. Okay, so that's the humanoid that you've just seen. Samurai-looking motherfucker. Yeah, and that's the undead knight that you can see. You guys, their intent on these scarecrows that have surrounded them. The only other thing that you can see is on the ground. You can see what looks like dead. I mean, they're dressed like peasants, like people from Valkyn. They're on the floor. This the undead knight is torn to shreds mostly. The other humanoid looks fresh. They haven't noticed you approach. So, what do you want to do?
I want to go for a wee. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Ideas moved up at this point, and we can see what's going on.
Well, under these circumstances, what's happening here is sort of cut and thrust. So it's backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. So what I'm happy for you to do, is put yourself where you want. You've stealthed. You've rolled a 23 for stealth. So as far as I'm concerned with Valkyn, you're pretty sure you're going to be able to approach stealthily. So you can put yourself where you want. What I'd say is up to this point here. So put yourself anywhere up to here, and you're nice and stealthy, nice and hidden. And then same with you other guys. If you want zombies to move forwards a bit up to this line, you should be able to control the zombies, Miller. I think I've saved them to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So zombies, because this is going to be a massive learning curve for us. Then, so zombies have a movement of 20.
And they can only move or attack, can't they?
Can you not give them...
They can't move and attack.
No, they
Is
can.
my understanding.
I'm pretty sure they
skeletons could, but I didn't think zombies could. I'll double check on it, but
I'm pretty sure they can. I don't know if they, because as your bonus action, you give them instructions. If I remember rightly.
Does it not then fall under the same sort of rules as Animal Companion? You give them one order, so move, attack.
Yeah. So I think you can tell them to dash. So you use your bonus action. Your bonus action is taken up with the zombies doing what they do.
Right. Okay.
So during your turn, as on your initiative turn, you take your movement, your action, and then you give your bonus action to the zombies. And then when it's their turn, they do whatever you tell them to. So you can tell them to I believe, we'll look it up, but I believe you can tell them to dash, disengage, use the help action, or attack. And I also believe, as a necromancer, whatever you roll on their damage, you get to add +3 to.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know how you're rolling for them. You got that all sorted.
I was going to. It's it's a 20 on the attack, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Attack dice, and then just add the modifier onto it.
I think so. Just bear with me a second.
That was weird. I literally just clicked off and clicked back on. Dave was there, and then he was gone.
You coming back scared him off.
Oh man, the server's disconnected. Is everybody else having the same problem?
Yeah. Oh, it should have just dropped back in.
I'm alright.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
All right. No. I can move my zombies, just not my own character.
Sorry, you don't need to be in the combat.
Yeah, I'm going up to York on the 21st. I'm coming back on the 22nd. I've got a big Viking Mead festival. So I'm going to go and check out that. That place.
Right,
where
sorry
I'm
about
away.
that.
Yeah.
Right, sorry about that.
Dave, I can move my zombies, I can't move my character.
Ah, it's because I've not given it to you. Right, now before you move it, mate, let me just save it again. Save. Which means I need to do that for Lewis as well then. So, Remen, yep. Wolf 2. Back. And then save. Right, yeah, let's get into it then. So, what's everyone... you've all moved to where we're happy to be?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's just disconnecting me from the server.
Okay, dude, no worries. You managed to see where everything was though, didn't you?
Yeah, I'd move forward, but I'd probably attempt to stealth as well, like Valkyn is.
Okay, well you can roll that if you like. Oh, hold up. I've just seen your arrow. Teething trouble, circle to top down. Right, let me just save you again then, Miller. I'm just going to turn you around because I've got OCD with saving tokens instead of looking the right way. Okay. Yep. And save. Right, to my mind, what I like to do at this point is I like to roll initiative. The four of you guys will have a surprise round, and then we'll join in as normal with everyone else. If you're happy to do that. I think zombies get -2 to their initiative, if I remember rightly.
Their dex is crap, isn't it? But their
Not the most
constitution is
dexterous
like
of
next
creatures.
level.
So Damian's strength, stealth of 12. Do you want me to roll your initiative, or do you want to do it on D&D Beyond, and I'll just apply it, Jake?
I had rolled it on thing because it had connected me again, but I'm still on the what's the name? I'm the tower of like. Oh, it's now just decided to load in.
Yeah, I've just forced it.
Oh,
I
right,
can't
okay.
roll initiative at the minute. That's weird.
Say again, sorry.
So it won't let me roll initiative
On
the map tools.
map tools.
Yeah, I'm pressing the button. It's not having any of it.
Right.
Have you got?
Have you clicked on your character and then rolled it? Because that's why mine went.
Oh, there we go.
A lot of sevens.
Oof. Okay, that works out reasonably well though. At least, so we've got 1, 2,
We're just
3.
missing Valkyn
I'm
and
still
the zombies.
on that. Well, just roll on.
On map tools, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I've lost where it is. There it is.
Initiative 24. Right, let me add that onto map tools then. So 18 set initiative at 24. So that actually puts you top of the tree, which is nice when your assassin goes first. So let's just make sure I've got everything. Yep. So here's what should happen then. You guys are going to get your surprise round, and then we're going to join in with normal combat. So, Valkyn, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm within. He is in within 5 feet, so I'm going to join the fray and rush up on this mother. Really bounce off this tree for effect.
Oh,
Run up. Oh, yeah, run up on him, and I'm going to initially slash because now I'm dual wielding with my dagger. Pretty much how my my little man's holding his dagger in his left hand, short sword, silvered short sword in his right hand.
Yeah.
So the dagger's kind of turned around, pointing downwards, going to slash downwards on the scarecrow that's in front of
This fella?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Sure.
A little tip for that one.
So first hit with the dagger. Dagger hits.
Dagger hits, and I get my. What do I get? 46, is it?
You're rolling from a stealthed. In fact, you're attacking from a stealthed position. Now, mind you, as you get closer to them, as you're running straight to them, you're going to cancel your stealth because they're going to see you coming.
Has he not got a cloak of elvenkind on though?
Yeah, but it's daytime. I think you need.
which one? Is he not gonna get his sneak attack
Sneak
due to
attack.
flanking?
Yeah,
Potentially get sneak attack, but wouldn't know
You'll-
whether
you'll definitely get your
his
sneak attack,
assassinate.
but I don't. Oh, well, yeah, because you're attacking before them, so you will get your assassinate.
Yeah, which is an instant crit, isn't it?
It is.
I get my 4d6 and I get my assassinate.
Yeah, so you'll get 8d6 plus 2d4 plus whatever your damage with your dagger is. This is why you need to kill things, mate.
He's put 3 down now in like 2 swings.
How many d6 is it? 8.
8d6 plus 2d4 plus whatever your weapon damage is. Weapon bonuses.
D4.
Shall I just put it on 1 hit point? Oh, no! So how many ones did you roll in that?
That's brutal.
Plus 8 from a
2,
normal
3,
hit.
4,
So
5.
it's 32.
5. Jesus, over 50% of that were ones.
That's yeah. Right, where were we? So 24 plus. So it's 24, and the 2d4 was for the dagger. So it's 24 plus 5, 29 damage. Still not bad, dude.
9.
And it's magic damage as well, which is pretty good.
How's he looking?
He's looking ropey. You've, I mean, with your dagger, you've managed to sever. And it's weird as you cut this thing open, you see black raven feathers fly out of it. So its stuffing is raven feathers. But it's up. It's still looking like it can do some damage.
Okay. Bonus action disengage.
Bonus action disengage. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Nice.
Now then, where did you move from? From there?
Yeah. So that was 20 feet.
Right. So you can only disengage to here-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 feet of movement.
I believe so. Yeah. I think you
Yeah.
speed's
There you
moving
go.
30. It's a reasonable turn though, dude. So scarecrows, but you were on a surprise round. So Damian's up.
So Damian would move in like much like Valkyn has. He'd move he'd move 25 30 feet would put him in combat. So he'd try and get kind of as close to being. Oh, he's gonna have to go into combat with her. try to move there because I've still got my 10 feet of reach with my whip.
Sure. So
And then I'm not actually engaged.
sound.
And then I'm going to make 2 whip attacks against this scarecrow that's got full health still.
Go for it.
Using the blood whip. For an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
That's 10 points of slashing damage.
+9. Yes, 10 points of damage.
And then he'd go for another crack with the whip. For another 18.
Again, a hit.
For another 10 points of slashing damage.
Nice. Still 20 points of damage, mate. Yeah.
Identical rolls. And then I think I've only moved 25 feet in my movement as well.
Yep.
So I'm going to move 15 feet back this way, just so that I'm kind of out of initial.
And that's not using any key points, that's just because you can.
Yeah, because I've got 40 feet of movement now.
Nice.
Just because he can.
Just because you can. So that's the Undead Knight doesn't get an attack. Remen.
I'm gonna.
Oh, you need to roll initiative for your zombies.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, just click on one and roll a pack initiative for them.
It won't allow me to roll initiative.
Right. Done. They actually score higher than you. But that's okay. So you can give them your bonus action still, and we'll say, did you want them to advance?
Yeah.
Okay. So stick them where you want, mate. They've only got 20 feet. You can ask them to dash as their action.
20 feet is fine. I'm gonna cast. Where's it gone? Summon undead.
I'm fuming. She's nicked me prawn cocktail Pringles.
And drop my. I'm gonna drop a skeleton into here.
Okay. So I believe you need a dead body to do that.
No.
No?
Oh, well, I say a skeleton. You call forth an undead spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. This corporeal form uses the undead spirit stat block. When you cast a spell, choose the creature's form, ghostly, putrid, or skeletal. The spirit resembles an undead creature with the chosen form, which determines certain traits in its stat block. The creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. The creature is an ally to you and your companions in combat. The creature shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required by you. If you don't issue any, it takes a dodge action and uses its move to avoid danger.
What's this spell called?
Summon undead.
Summon undead. Wow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put. I'll need to create a token for you for that. For now, I'm going to drop in this skeleton here and use it as it. So I haven't got the statistics for that. So you.
It's armor class of 11.
Dude, as long as you've got it, I can't. I don't think I can get access to it just yet. But as long as you know what you're doing, that's cool.
It's almost an undead version of Summon Monster.
That's exactly what it sounds like to me, yeah. Nice, I'll look into it and I'll create a token for that.
Cool.
For now, I can give you control of this one. So is that your turn?
Yeah, that is my turn.
And then
I guess it's my creature's turn that I've just summoned.
It is the creature's
So-
turn that you've just summoned, yes.
So I am going to attack the this one here
Sure.
with a. I think it's just going to. It's going to use Deathly Touch.
Right. So this is a hold up. So so this is the ghostly form.
Yes.
Do you have to
So
specify when you summon it?
No, it's just his actions. Multi-attack. The spirit makes a number of attacks equal to half his spell's level.
Yeah,
rounded down.
it does. When you cast the spell, choose the creature's form. So when you choose it, you choose ghostly, putrid, or skeletal. So you're choosing ghostly.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Grave Bolt then I shall use.
Right, which is a ranged attack, so you need him to be at range.
It's all right. Yeah, okay. So we just have to.
Right. Yeah. So let's stick him here.
Okay.
So, yeah, because otherwise you'd be at disadvantage.
Yeah.
So
you Grave Bolt then on that same character. One target hits 2d4 plus 3.
yeah, so you need to make a ranged spell attack, and it's your ranged spell attack.
Right. How do I do one of those?
Well, the easiest way to do it is throw a firebolt at it. So attack with a firebolt would be your ranged spell attack.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
But obviously it's not you casting it; it's the fellow lads. So 11 just hits. That's nice. Spell attack modifier to a range of 150 feet, which is nice. One target. Hit is 2d4 plus 3 plus the spell's level. Is it a level 4 spell or level 3?
No, that would. I don't know. It's.
I'll tell you.
It's difficult
Third.
playing on your phone.
So it's 2d4 plus 6.
2d4 plus 6.
Yeah.
So 2d4. $12.
12 damage. Smashing. So any other movement for your skeleton?
No, he's going to stay put.
Okay. So it'll be more fluid the more we get used to that, Miller. I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So that's quite nice. So you've got your meat shield in front of your ranged skeleton now, then.
Yeah.
So now you've established you've got your meat shield, you've summoned your skeleton, and you can start throwing lightning bolts and shit as well. That's quite nice, dude. I like it.
Takes me back to Diablo 2. If you ever played it with a necromancer in that.
I've been playing Diablo 3 recently, actually. As it happens. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. So what Barwolf has seen so far is a the best description would be a ninja type character, as you're sort of of Oriental origin, appear next to you, hack the shit out of one of these scarecrows and disappear. You've seen them. Forgive me, Lewis. Barwolf's been in Barovia for a bit as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what appears to be a Vistani wielding vicious-looking whip step in, and then almost inhumanly, in human speed, step away. You've seen a skeleton appear just behind you, zombies appearing as if they're going to aid you, backed up by a dark-looking wizard and a dwarf running towards you. But it is Brungrik's turn now. What do you want to do, Sam?
Yeah, so Brungrik's going to charge up behind Barwolf, or the unknown gentleman.
Yeah.
And he is going to throw down a Radiance of the Dawn. to everything in 30 feet needs to take a Constitution saving throw.
30 feet of you.
Mm. Now, this made me question that I was going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. With his disdain towards the zombies and now this skeleton, do they count? Because it does say hostile creature, so I'm assuming it is just the bad guys.
It says
there's a bit of perception there.
But you class them as hostile creatures.
That's what I'm getting at.
Oh.
So the wording is, as an action, you can use channel divinity, present your holy symbol to dispel any magical darkness within 30 feet. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet that doesn't have total cover must make a Constitution saving throw or take X amount of radiant damage, half damage on success.
It's your call, dude. So far, the Remmers travel with you. His zombies have travelled with you. They don't seem to have caused any ruckus. They're certainly not hostile to you. But if you're, if your idiom is a word, is that they're hostile to you, then only you can make that decision, mate.
I think for now we'll go with the scarecrows for now.
Okay. So what do I need to do? Constitution saving throws?
Yeah, 16 on all of them, please.
10. I count 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 11.
Okay, one in the corner. Gotcha. Is it con save?
Yes.
And it's 16.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You hate me, don't you?
No, not at all. I need a piece of paper. 11. Right. So number one passes.
Okay.
Can't say. 2 fails. 3 passes. 4 rolls a natural 1. 5.
I'll count your passes, Dave. If you count your fails.
Okay, dude. So 5 fails. 6 fails. 7's a natural 20. 8 passes. Ooh, rolling high. 9 fails. 10 fails. 11 fails.
4 passes, mate.
Sound. Damage?
20 points of radiant damage, half on the passes.
That's not bad. Right, so I did it from the top to bottom, so that's 10. I'm so glad. Having played tabletop for years, Map Tools makes this shit so much easier. So that's 20. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Fast.
Jake, what are you watching? Sounds like Eurotrash.
Oh, there's some stupid thing come up on my stream on Facebook.
Yeah, it might be worth all logging into Facebook. I might be here a while. 2 down, Sam. 2 down.
And a fair bit of damage across the board.
That's awesome. That might be the highest damage of the campaign so far.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's about.
So, yeah. Anyway, anything else from Brungrik?
You know what, Dave? Why not? Bonus action, summon spiritual weapon.
Right. Where do you want it?
Hang on, let me just tick it off my sheet. Ooh, should we go here?
Sure. Sounds like douche. Perfect plan.
And can we guess where we're going?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go on, Sam.
20 to hit.
Yep.
7 points of damage.
Nice, kills it. So,
Oh.
what I'd like you to do then, for a bit of flavour, Barwolf out of the corner of your eye sees. What does he see, sir?
Well, you just see this huge flash of bright light power across from the dwarf. Obviously doing the damage that it's done, hitting those that it hits, and then a second bright light emanate from the centre of his chest here, as a giant axe appears in front of him and just sweeps down another opponent.
Nice. So that takes us. So it is Barwolf. However, you haven't got a surprise round, Lewis. So you're up next time. It's a shame you roll so low. This takes us to round 2, but the enemies are going to get a turn this time. Valkyn, you're up again.
Valkyn's looking across over to the undead knight, and he recognises this fellow. You know, we've fought before, so he's got some sort of a modicum of respect for this chap. He's going to run up on the scarecrow that's directly in front.
Sure.
Does it count because he's sort of in our party? Does he count as a?
Yes. Yeah, you can have him as an ally, mate.
Cool. So I'm going to run up on, I think, around the side of this chap.
Okay, so that was 20 to there?
20 to there, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's going to quite elegantly switch between his dagger hand and his sword hand while switching over, sort of juggling them. He's going to come over with his backhand of his right hand, and he's going to swoop around the back of the scarecrow's neck and pull the scarecrow's neck, pull him away from the undead knight.
Okay.
Slashing at his neck, sort of digging into his neck at the same time, so just pulling it
Gotcha.
like in one pulling motion.
Sure.
We're going to try anyway. There we go.
Does the assassinate still apply? I don't know enough about it, Dave. That's why I ask. It's not a skill I'm familiar with.
18
The
hits.
assassinate. 18 hits. Yeah, we haven't taken the turn yet in combat, so yes, it does.
Okay. So to this one.
And this one, yeah.
Yeah, 18 hits.
I'll do my.
So it's 8d6, 2d4 plus 5. Or
D6.
yeah. So now you need. Hold up. It's 8d6 and 1d4 now plus 8.
Say that again, mate. It's what?
8d6, 1d4 plus 8.
Is the 1d4?
Because it's classed as a crit, isn't it? Double damage.
Yeah.
So where's maths failing me? 6 to 32. Okay. Yeah. So you do exactly as you want to do. However, because of your hag curse, it's the strings, whatever the stuffing doesn't quite sever, and it looks as if you blew on it, if anyone normal would blow on it, it'd die, but it's not enough for you. So that's 20 feet of movement and an action.
Disengage.
Yeah, good thinking. So that gives me some scarecrow turns. So that one, 15, 20. Let me check their movement is 30. Yeah. 25, 30. You can get there. 30 is not quite far enough. 20. 30 to there. Right, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks on the Revenant. I say 6, it's actually 12. And the Revenant is AC 18. That's a crit. 10. So that's 1. 2. 25, 3. And another crit. I'm rolling well tonight, gentlemen. 9. We all know what happened last time. I was rolling well. 36. Hold up. Let me just backtrack. Wow. 2, 3, 4. He's down.
Oh shit.
Yep. So what's gonna happen?
Mate, just sorry to interrupt your flow there, mate. And please tell if I'm wrong. I'm wrong, and I won't argue with it. Because the scarecrows have moved through threatened squares with Lewis's character, do they incur an attack of opportunity?
They haven't moved out of his.
Okay, so it's when you move out specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one moved into and then sidled round.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
So if he was to step further away, so I've only had 4 attacks with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means these two can actually move. And what you guys see is that they're just vicious claws. It's like a claw machine tearing through the Revenant's flesh. Because you fought with this fellow before, you know that he does have regenerative properties, and he is quite hardy. But these things they've torn through him like butter, and as such, that is going to be considered difficult terrain getting through his oppo, but he's going to move to there. He's got enough movement to do so, and that one's going to do the same. So that gives me 4 attacks on Valkyn. Well, it's 2 attacks, but they've got 2 attacks each, which I'm going to do now. So Valkyn. Right, I'm going to change my mind on that. One of them, as it approaches Valkyn, the sort of light behind its eyes intensifies and glows, and you see it appears like Rahadin is in front of you briefly, and a projection of Rahadin comes towards you. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. You failed. You are frightened of this creature, which imposes disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and also the target is also paralyzed, which means you are incapacitated. So you automatically fail strength and dexterity checks, and attacks that hit the creature are critical hits. Which takes us to...
I can't uncanny dodge them.
No. Which takes us to the second one. The second one is going to take 2 claw hits. And it will do so with advantage. In fact, any attack. Yes, so they're both going to be critical hits. So
You've got a copy of the player rulebook, haven't you?
Yeah, mate.
You've got a copy of the rulebook, haven't you?
No.
Time to start rolling.
Does 16 hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 hits. So that's 4 plus 1. So let me roll it twice. So 6 plus 6. So that's 12 damage from the first hit. 8 plus 5. That's 13 from the second.
5 points.
Yeah. That could have been worse, in fairness. Right, so frightened means you're disadvantaged to attack it. You can't naturally move closer to it, and you are paralysed.
Okay.
Until the end of the Scarecrow's Must succeed or be magically frightened until the end of the Scarecrow's next turn.
Is it magical, Dave?
It's an ability.
I was going to say, because obviously elves get advantage against.
Yeah, so it's not. It's not a spell.
No.
If the Scarecrow gets killed, it's cast a spell.
No. Yeah. We'll say yes, because that's the source of the frightening. So this one's frightened you, that one's twatted you. Right, let's do the rest. So on Beowulf, we're going to have 3 attacks. Oh, wait a minute. Is that one on full? It is. Right, let me just do the thing where I get rid of the dead ones.
Get rid of the dead.
Okay, now this one here is not going to know about Beowulf, but he's going to do the glare thing. I believe it has no effect on you.
Yeah, sweet FA.
Yeah. The other 2, however, are going to try and attack naturally. So the first one rolls 8 to hit and a 7 to hit.
Nope.
Second one rolls 6 to hit and a 19 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, that's short and sweet. Which means 1 attack on Brungrik. Having seen what it's... Yeah, it's just going to attack you. So 2 attacks on Brungrik. 20.
On the nose.
7 damage. 15 obviously misses then. So that takes us to Damian's turn.
Damian is going to reach into his bag of holding and he's going to pull out a vial of Alchemist's Fire. And he is going to throw it at this one that's in the court, like this one here. If you can see which one I'm pointing at, that one.
Nope.
No,
Can't see it.
press your spacebar, mate. There you go. So that one there, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I use it as a as a ranged attack, but as an improvised weapon. So it'll do 1+, and then it says excuse me, make a ranged attack against a creature or object, treating the Alchemist Fire as an improvised weapon. So I think the blunt force damage will be 1+ my dexterity modifier.
Right.
And then on a hit, the target takes 1d4 damage at the start of each of its turns. At the end of its turn, it can take an action to make a dexterity saving throw to extinguish the flames.
Okay, and it was this one.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I'm just going to roll it as like my crossbow because it'll be the same modifier to hit.
Sure.
So it's a 12 to hit.
12 hits.
So it's going to deal 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
And then a d4 of fire damage. So it takes 2 points of fire damage, but actually counts as it's on fire now.
Okay. I don't think I've got any form of fire. Let's give it guiding bolt. Okay, so you notice as the fire engulfs it, it looks particularly susceptible to fire. These things don't cope with fire very well at all. So there's the other thing. You're concentrating, Mr. Miller, on your spell, aren't you? If I remember rightly.
Yes.
Summons a concentration spell. Is that right? That's concentration. It is. I've just checked myself. Yeah. So let me put the concentration dot on you before I forget to do, which I had to do anyway. Anything else from Damian?
Yeah. So he's going to move in slightly to start off with to make a whip attack against this one here.
Okay, you stood on the same square as Miller's skeleton, but you can work round it.
Okay, sorry, I've cocked it up. I'll just move slightly north then go for that one that's already cast its magic on this one here.
That one is on. It's got threads left.
Oh, right, okay, so it's pointless me going for that because I can't do fuck all to it. Strictly speaking, I mean, I could stand in this square and still get on it.
Yeah, that's fine. Right?
So that's not
this
interfering.
one. Yeah.
Let's go that for that one directly in front of me.
Go for
so
it.
Attack it with a blood whip for 22 to hit.
Hits.
For 10 points of slashing damage.
You and rolling 1 on your d4s.
It's still +9 on like any damage though, so it's
+9, dude. So anything else?
I'm just gonna kind of drop back a little bit as well again.
Sure.
So I've only moved 5 feet, I think, so I can move another 10 feet out this way, I think.
Cool. So that's on mine. It says zombies. Mr. Miller.
Right. So while I'm, so it's my zombies going before me. Or...
Yeah.
I can't do anything while I'm concentrating on my spell, can I? I can't cast another spell.
Yes, you can.
At the same time.
As long as it's not another concentration spell.
Right.
So you can only concentrate on one spell at a time, but you can do anything else. You could even throw a fireball. But it's your skeletons before you. What's the spell for animate dead, isn't it? Animate.
No, the one I've just used.
No, the other one. Because I'm just thinking.
Animate dead is bringing skeletons and zombies to life.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether they act on their own initiative or if it's all on your initiative.
If I don't do anything with them, then they just stay put.
Yeah. And where?
They just sort of guard. If I don't do anything, they just sort of stay put.
Yeah, I think it is on its own.
It will. The creature only defends itself against hostile creatures.
Yeah. No, I think we're doing it right. So which order, as a bonus action on your turn, did you order them to attack basically?
No, that I've just to like hold the line. I'm just moving them up and just be a shield.
Right. So where would they move now then? Because it's the zombies' turn.
I was planning on just sort of leaving them there.
Sure.
To sort of just, like guard that and act as a flesh shield.
Meat shield for you. Nice. So that takes us to what's going to happen now. Is from out of.
I haven't finished yet, Dave.
The zombies.
Oh, the zombies are done. Yes.
Yeah. So from out of the bushes, you spot. This one's going to step out here. Humanoids. They're close enough to you that, and you now know the difference. Initially, it was the first time you see them, you think, "Holy shit, it's hags again!" But they're not. There's something not quite similar with these creatures that have just appeared. They have, however, appeared as if they've suddenly become visible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have appeared. So rough hair, rough skin, rough clothes, all of them holding a broomstick. They're a mixture of males and females, mostly females. They are cackling maniacally as they look towards you all. And they're all going to make spell attacks. This one here, Damian will see just out of the corner of your eye a green, and it looks like green arcing lightning bolts just starts to appear from its hand and then darts straight towards you. And it rolls a 13 to hit you. That's going to miss, isn't it?
A miss.
So the second one is going to do the same with Valkyn, which is going to be a 21. Oh, you're still frightened, aren't you? So it is going to be a... it is going to be a crit. So it's going to be 19 points of poison damage.
Well, this is certainly one way to get rid of Valkyn's curse.
It is.
Get rid of Valkyn.
And if I remember rightly, you can't. You automatically fail Constitution saving throws.
Was it not Dex?
No, it is. It's Strength and Dex, so you can make a Constitution saving throw, dude.
Jesus Christ.
11. Is a fail. You are considered poisoned, as well as everything else. How's Valkyn looking at the minute?
He's on 8 hit points.
Right.
Poison work then.
Poison it imposes another disadvantage. I mean, you can only have one disadvantage. Yeah. You're still paralysed. Right. This one is going to throw this same arcing green fire towards Barwolf. And it is a 21.
Misses.
Misses. This one is going to throw one at Brungrik and rolls 13. That's easily a miss of dwarf. This one is going to move slightly. This is on a slight incline, and she's going to throw it at Remen. And it's going to be 20.
I'm going to use my shield.
Okay, which makes it 19.
+5 to my AC.
Yeah.
So that'll be... Oh, what did you say it was? You roll?
20.
20. So it's 19.
Yep. So your shield does nothing. And you haven't cast Mage Armor.
Alright.
Broken record. So it's not a great roll. That's 8 points of poison damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on a minute. Can I be poisoned?
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't got any special things against poison.
Yeah, I just see that I'm recording the back of my head when I was doing it. There's something that doesn't. Oh, it's necrotic damage. Doesn't do me. So sorry, 8 points of poison damage.
8 points of poison. A Constitution saving throw to see if you are poisoned.
All right, okay, Constitution, right. Go. No. Constitution saving throw. Oh, there we go. 5.
Okay, you are poisoned. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on your spell. The DC is going to be 10.
So, sorry, 8 points of damage, was it?
Yeah.
Points of damage. And I've got to roll Constitution again to see if I maintain concentration. Yeah.
Yeah, DC 10.
Oh, just roll Constitution.
Oh, that's a check. You need to make sure it's a saving throw.
Oh, what, that I rolled?
Yeah, you're rolling a Constitution check. It probably won't be any different because you're a wizard. I don't think you get any bonuses for Constitution.
On the Constitution, I got a +2 on.
Yeah, that's a check, not a saving throw.
Yeah. Right. So do you want me to roll it again?
No, just roll the saving throw now. Make sure you roll the right one for.
Right. So a D.
See on your saving throws, it should be just further down than where you are.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It was hiding. Constitution.
Yeah.
Saving throw.
Yeah, so it's +2. 18, so you maintain concentration on your spell, which is good. That will be all of the witches' turns, which takes us to Remen.
Right. Well, I'm gonna. Firstly, I'm gonna zap or chuck a firebolt at that witch.
Sure. You are poisoned, so it's going to be at disadvantage.
Right. How do I change my thing to disadvantage?
If you hold it before you press.
Disadvantage. Right. 12.
He still hits, yeah. I see.
Eight points of damage.
8 points of damage. Got it. Yeah, you can see it with just because you've not exerted yourself. You're poisoned. You're a little bit groggy. You've only just connected with the firebolt, but these things don't look overly hard. You seem to have, with that minimal damage, you seem to have done a decent chunk out of them. Any movement?
I'm going to. No, not for the moment. I'm going to stay put. I'm going to get my skeleton though, if I may, Dave.
Yeah. Are you issuing bonus actions to your zombies, or are they staying there?
No, the zombies are staying put.
Okay. So your skeleton.
My skeleton. What I plan on doing is, with your permission, I'm going to issue him a command to grab hold of Valkyn.
Yeah.
And drag him back to that here.
Okay.
They got a movement of 30. I don't know what you want to do with that.
Well, there's absolutely nothing Valkyn can do about it. So he can't, and in fact he fails strength and dexterity checks, so you can grab him. There are going to be opportunity attacks against him as you drag him away, but he will be out of combat. So let's have 3 opportunity attacks against Valkyn.
Oh god, here we go.
First one rolls a 13, which I believe misses.
Yes. Yeah.
Second one rolls a 14.
Yes.
Last one rolls a 17.
Yes.
Miss.
Yes.
7 points of damage.
You lucky bastard.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. So 5, 10, 15.
Skinny your fucking teeth there, mate.
30 feet dragged back.
Oh my god.
Get rid of that aura because that was Brungrik's. What's it? Wasn't it? Okay, so you roll 1 hit point. However, I think it's fair to say Remen's skeleton's just saved your life. Anything else, Miller?
No, I can't do anything else now with my skeleton, can I?
That's his action, pretty much. Action movement.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Brungrik.
So he's going to swing with his battle axe at the chap in front of him.
Sure.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
7 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
And then as his bonus action, he's going to bring the spiritual axe round to the one with 1 HP.
Yeah.
And go for that one.
Tap
so
it. Do it.
23.
It's dead.
An 8.
We do like to roll dice. Nice. So, come on then, Lou. Bowl's turn.
So obviously he's seen all this crack off. He's going to draw. Well, he's still got his sword drawn. He's going to pull it over to his forearm, slash it,
Yeah.
and cast Crimson Right.
Okay.
Which I've got to roll a 1d6 against myself. Which,
So if your arm don't fall off.
Which is a 6.
So you take 6 damage.
I take 6 damage. However,
Crimson Right.
Yeah. However, my sword now, from the blood, engulfs itself in flames.
Right.
As my bonus action. This one here.
Yep.
I'm going to attack. Where are we? There we go.
So is that a bonus action you did that?
It is, yeah.
Sound.
So 16.
16 hits.
So I get my normal damage, which is a 1d, which is 9.
Okay.
Plus a 1d6 fire damage.
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
12. Yeah. On that one.
That's dead.
And then on this one,
Sure.
it's kind of going to do like a bit of a spin. Same again, pretty much, Dave. So roll to hit that one. 17.
17 hits.
8 plus 3. So 11.
Nice. And it's swords on fire.
Yep, sword's on fire until the end of my turn. Well, while I've got my sword held in my hand, or until I take a short rest.
Wicked. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that was quite the turn then. So it started out with Valkyn being mauled almost to death. The appearance of these humanoids, and they very much, there's nothing sort of overly. You can sort of tell they're just humans dressed up in sort of rags and tatty clothes with arcane sigils about them. They are throwing spells at you. To Remen saving Valkyn's life with his undead masses and pulling him to safety. And then Beowulf just explodes, slashes himself, and then starts spinning around in fiery death. So that takes us to Valkyn. So I believe.
No longer paralysed, am I? Or scared? Is this guy?
Until the end of the Scarecrow's next turn. So you're still. It's a nasty, nasty ability that you're still frightened and paralysed. Oh, he's dead.
Is it that one?
It was that one. It was the one that was on 1. That was the one that slashed him up, but that was the one that frightened him.
So why is that one marked?
It's on fire.
Oh yes, yeah. That's right.
So, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Johnson, or Johnny 1 hit points, as I like to know. What do you want to do?
Fucking rude. Preservation. I'm all about that. But yeah, I'm going to dash to sort of the nearest bush.
Yeah.
Stealth. Do you want a stealth roll for that?
Well, that's you can.
I'm going to use it
because if we do
foliage to.
Yeah. What you can do, you can still move 25 normally. You can still take an attack, and then you can still, as a cunning action, hide. to you.
Okay. Right, yeah. So I'll move my 25 feet to bushy area,
Yeah.
or retreat area.
Yeah.
I shall make a pot shot with my my crossbow, my nearest witch.
Gotcha.
I roll 14.
14 hits.
It's just a standard roll, isn't it? 7. Of piercing damage.
Oh, dude, that's so close. It pierces this this creature.
Doesn't matter if it's close or not, though, does it, Dave? I can't kill it.
True. Right, but yeah, I'll just leave my description there. You know I'm shit at it anyway, so I might as well not bother.
No.
Roll your stealth then, if you're using that as a bonus action. It sounds like it might be worth it. Seemingly disappears into the underbrush. Right, skeletons. Scarecrows. 2, 3. Right. That one can move into a flanking position. This one can just pure get past. As one. As can that one. 30. I'm struggling there. It's going to be there, there, and there. Right, let's do some attacks. Against Damian.
So that one needs to roll a d4 anyway for his fire damage.
Okay, go for it, dude.
For another 2 points of fire damage.
Okay, well, same again. It looks like it's taking a lot more damage from the fire. It is going to be 4 attacks against Damian, though. So,
okay,
20.
So let me just double check something. Just whether my defensive duelist can cancel it out, 'cause if it does or doesn't, I'll...
Well, while you check it, because I'm going to backpedal and change my mind. It's worth knowing, though.
Yeah, so it's still hit on a 20 anyway.
Okay, he's not going to do
I'm
that.
not going to bother firing it off.
What he's going to do, the first one next closest to you, is going to use his terrifying glare. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Where are I? Saves. That's a 16.
16, you shrug it off. The second one is just going to swing at you. So we'll start from fresh. It is a 21, so that's 6 slashing damage.
That's going to hit. Yep.
And 17.
17 is going to miss because I'm going to use my defensive duelist to bump my AC up.
Sound. So that means we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I didn't move this one. So he's going to go to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can only attack Barwolf. I'm going to give... No, I can't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 attacks. 16 misses. 9 misses. 4, 17, 18, 17. 23 is a crit.
23 hits.
Yeah, that's 14 points of damage. 17, 22
Misses.
misses. They can only hit you on a crit. And 9. Wow, And then how many on Brungrik? 2 on Brungrik.
Cast Ward and Flare.
On the first
Disadvantage
one?
On the first one.
Yeah, okay. Is it both attacks at disadvantage?
Just says when you're attacked by a creature that can be blinded within 30 feet, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yeah. So the disadvantage one misses single figures. The second attack rolls a 5 and a 6, so single figures anyway. I think that's all my scarecrows. That's a poor round. Come on then, Damian.
I'm gonna whip some bitches.
Okay.
So blood whip attack against the one that's directly in front of me for a 23 to hit.
Fortune and glory. That hits.
For another 10 points of damage.
Yeah, I'll just do 10. Jake.
I'm gonna go.
Never seen
How
so
rope
many
is it
ones.
looking?
It looks as if someone else were to attack it, they'd probably kill it.
And then the other one, I'm going to go for a whip attack against the one that's right next to me.
Sure.
The one that's already on fire.
Yep.
For a 14.
14 hits.
Oh, yes, 13 points of damage.
Yeah, so you're literally knocking the stuffing out of these lads, and the stuffing, as I said before, is black raven feathers flying out of them. Any monk stuff? Any movements? Any?
Yeah, so I'm going to use my bonus action, bust a key point, and get out of there.
Okay.
So I'm going to do. Actually, it's pointless. It's a waste of time. Yeah, I'm just going to bonus action get out of there. So move my 40 feet of movement, or 35 feet of movement just out of the way.
Okay.
I love how bitter me and Jake get about. Pointless. Just leave it.
Well, I would flurry of blows them, but there's no point of flurry of blows in because I can't. It's not even like it's going to do any extra damage, so it's just like it's a wasted key point.
Get behind the meat shield is good enough, Jake. Speaking of which, meat shield's turn. What? Well, you told the zombies to hold, didn't you, Miller? So zombies done.
I was gonna. Oh no, yeah, because they hold until our next go, aren't they?
Yeah, because you kind of turn ahead of them.
Switching. Crap. Right. Okay. I'm gonna tell them to attack.
Right. So
if they're still able to.
Yeah. So I'll allow you, but you should have done that on your turn. So your turn, your bonus action, attack, and then on their turn they attack.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So as they are, then they're just staying put for this one because that's what I've said. But when I move on to my go.
Right. Okay. We'll get around to that in a second then. So that takes us to these witches. They are going to continue the barrage. Did they all threw spells last time, didn't they? 3. Right. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. And they're reasonably smart. These 3, I'm going to do one at a time. In fact, I'm going to do this first so I can keep it in a clockwise order. Her closest target is now going to be. In fact, I'm going to go with the exact closest. So Brungrik is 40, Damian's 45, so it's going to be Brungrik. It's going to be this green arcing fire flies towards Brungrik again. So he's got 2 left. And it's going to be a 24 to hit Brungrik.
I'll hit.
It's a crit. So it's going to be 18 points of poison damage.
Now I'm resistant to poison. So is that a -5?
Half. So that's going to be 9 points of poison damage.
Yeah.
And you need to make a Constitution saving throw. This is to be poisoned. So do you get advantage
Which I
on?
get advantage against. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you having a laugh?
Did not want
I didn't just that what it wants.
that one did twice.
That one did twice.
Sorry, you'll be nat 20 next.
So I'm poisoned.
Yep. Right. First switch
Unbelievable.
at the top. She is. Let me just have a very quick look. She, from out of a bag, she pulls what looks like a small jam tart, and she starts shaking a feather over it. And Barwolf starts to feel as if it's the funniest thing he's ever seen. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
10.
Okay. What the rest of you see is Barwolf falls prone and incapacitated as he raucously starts to uncontrollably laugh.
You know.
I
I
know.
think I know what spell that bloody is.
Right, I am getting the fucking. I'm just going to start making another character now.
So this one, having seen what's happened, she's going to start throwing spells at. Right, let me have a look. So prone. No, because they've got. Yeah, no, she's going to move on because that's okay. Right. So she's going to advance ever so slightly. Now that Barwolf seems to be taken out, and these two are going to shoot their green rays towards Brungrik. And that is. Hold up, what does poison do? No, it's for you to hit, isn't it? So first one's 11. Second one rolls a natural 1.
Nice.
Which takes us to this last hag. She's got two choices. I think she's likely to want to stick with. I'm going to change my mind. What this one's going to do is she's going to leap on her broom.
Because
she's
why
going to
not?
fly 30 feet diagonally into the air this way. So she looks as if she's fleeing. Mr. Miller. Cool. I'll create a nice little encounter for the chaps just to introduce the new characters.
And
So I'm going
as well.
to, I'm going to command my zombies to attack when they are in range of a target.
Yeah.
Then I am going to. Am I? Because I've got arcane magic. Can I sculpt my spells around
Nope.
friendlies?
That's an evocation. That's the evoker wizard trait. You now have to be very careful with fireballs.
Yeah, I thought I'd
Just have to cast them behind the enemies.
Okay.
Just be careful with your balls, Miller. Be careful with your balls.
Yeah, they go slapping me and Lewis in the face with them.
In that case, I'm going
Sure, a man
to...
on the floor.
Oh, Dave, I'm immune to critical hits. Sorry.
So you took 4 points of damage.
Okay, so +5. Sorry, that's my fault.
D&D's hard. Just look at Miller's face. D&D's hard.
It's just one of the things, isn't it? I think because I'm so to grips with everything with him now, playing the cleric at this level, those little minor details start getting forgotten, don't they?
Oh, big time. Yeah. What are you thinking, Miller? What you plotting?
So I was going to... no, I was just going to cast a fireball at this hag up here.
Fireball.
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Right. Roll to hit. Firebolt shoots straight past. Yeah, nice. It would, in fact, you're poisoned, so it would have been a disadvantage anyway. So you know what? Don't bother with the disadvantage. Any movement? Your bonus action is you've told your zombies to move forwards and attack. I assume you move forwards and attack was your instruction for the zombie.
Yeah. Well, the plan is if they're in range, this one here is going to go and slam into this one.
Well, you can't. You can only issue orders, so you could only say attack that one, attack this, attack that. I don't think a bonus action would say right, you there, you there, you there, you there. I think it's swarm.
So I'm going to command that one to go after this hag.
Yeah.
This one, or rather, these two are going to go up here. Start doing some.
I don't think you can do that, Miller. I think it's just a bonus action is tell them to attack. I don't think you can. Oh, go on. Yeah, we'll look into it later.
I'll tell them to attack the nearest bad guy.
Yeah, we need to. I need to do some research into this. I thought we were going to be ready, but
I've done nothing but all week. I've been YouTubing and everything to death, and there's lots of things tells you how to make the badass necromancer, and that there's nothing that tells you how to control the bloody.
Right. So, but bonus action zombies are going to move in. Any movement for you?
I'm gonna not for me, but I'm gonna get my skeleton to move into line of sight and fire at this witch.
Sure, go for it.
Right, so what have I got to roll again? It was
just roll your spell attack, your firebolt or something.
Firebolt, yeah.
And then it's 2d4 plus 6 if you hit.
Yeah. What is in that poison?
Thanks for coming. Brungrik.
Right. As you can see, the battle's getting a bit out of hand. He's going to cast. He's going to channel Divinity Radiance the Dawn again. Everything within 30 foot.
Okay. I think that's
all of the scarecrows. I think
it's easily all the scarecrows. I just want to see.
And that witch.
Yeah, easily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 scarecrows. One passes.
16 con, remember, mate?
Yeah, 17. 2 fails. 3 fails. 4 passes. 5 fails. 6 fails. 7 rolls a 16. 8 fails. 9 fails. So 1, 4, and 7 pass. and that the witch. I've just minimised that. That shouldn't have done that. The witch fails.
22 points of damage
Okay.
to the fails, 11 to the passes.
Right, map tools did not like being minimised then accidentally. Sorry, so 22 to the fails.
Yeah.
So that one passed, but it's dead anyway.
It's 11 points on the passes.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so it's 11 on the passes. Yeah.
22 on the fails.
Nice. So that's 2 dead. 3 dead. 4 dead.
There we go.
5 dead. And that one takes 22. And the witch is dead in 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
as bad as you think, really.
And then his bonus action, he's going to have his spiritual attack this scarecrow.
Yeah, sure.
18 to hit.
Where's the axe gone?
Here.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 18 hits, mate. Yep.
8 points damage.
Nice. Another dead.
Boom.
That's
Go to the battlefield a little bit.
Yeah, let's just get rid of objects again. That's cleared it up quite nicely. Yeah, look at that. Right. Let me just read Tasha's hideous laughter again. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage. So you've not. Barwolf hasn't taken any damage, but at the end of your turn, you can make a Wisdom saving throw, Luke.
Mm-hmm. You want me to do one now?
Yes, please, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Your turn, dude.
16.
Yay! Right, so you're still prone, but you're no longer hideously laughing.
Okay.
Like I say, it is the end of your turn, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Valkyn.
Okay. Okay. Think I got a line of sight on this chap here. Got a big
No.
bullet.
No, there's a great big rock in the way.
If I move my feet, this bushy area.
Yeah.
Take a top shot at this guy with my crossbow.
Sure.
Get sneak attack with it. It's in 5 feet of Brungrik.
It is, mate, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, not 20.
Nice.
Nice. So
Stop
that's
turning it around now.
2d6. That's 10d6 plus whatever
Sneak
the plus
attack.
is. So 12 plus, that's 8d6 on top of that then.
Yeah. Nice everywhere.
44.
44.
And of note, because you were shooting from stealth, so it should have been an advantage, but you rolled a natural 20 on the first one, so it doesn't make any difference. So it's feathers exploding from it as the bolt flies straight through it. On any other day, from any other person that didn't have a hag curse, you know the rest. So that's.
I need to bonus action stealth again.
Yes, you do, because you've attacked.
Yeah.
44. You need to start recording your personal best for damage. You know. I think Sam's taking it at the minute for most damage in a round. Okay. As far as you're concerned, you are stealthed. Now then, scarecrows. I've got 2 with advantage against Beowulf because you're prone, and then 1 with Brungrik. So on Beowulf. Yep, 23. First attack's a crit, 9 damage slashing.
Yeah.
Second attack's 16. Third is 14, and the last one's 11 against Brungrik.
Probably.
Oh, 11 against Brungrik? No.
No, 4 against you, mate. Lateral 1 and 11. I was just seeing if you were going to cast Radiant Flare, but so they all miss apart from the one that hit. Damian.
So I can't see on the map at the moment. It's gone completely black. What I think I'll do though is the witch that's like directly to the north of me.
Yeah.
On the map, I'm just gonna go for her.
Okay, so you can move 40
feet.
Yeah, in fact, you can move 35, and you're 10 away.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Go for it.
I'll make my first whip attack against her.
Yeah.
That's a 28 to hit.
Hits.
I'm going to add one of my extra D8 to it as well.
Sure.
For my monster hunter.
Yeah.
So it's 11 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
Plus another D8, which is 7. So that's 18 points of slashing damage, I think. Yeah, 18.
If under any other circumstances, with that one, yeah, you know the rest. These things aren't tough at all. They've just got some nice abilities. Anything else?
How does non-lethal work? So to like incapacitate / knock out.
With a curse. Yeah, with a whip, I'm quite happy for you to attempt to do it. You can, if you make another attack and it hits, you could strangle her because she's on 1 hit point. So I'll be quite happy for on this occasion for you to sort of strangle her.
It'd be an 18 to hit.
Yeah. So considered unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. So now she's incapacitated.
This could go either way.
I may. Would I be able to tie her up as a bonus action, or would it be an action?
You can restrain her. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd want to do, just to kind of take her out the fight completely.
Okay.
I'd be happy to move that additional kind of, because I'm out of kind of range at the moment, and in the process of restraining, I would make sure I've got something in her mouth.
Gotcha.
So she can't verbally speak.
No one picking up on that. No. Okay. Yeah. So that takes us to the zombies then, Mr. Miller.
Right. I was reading. Zombies follow simple orders and distinguish friend from foe, but its ability to reason is limited to shambling in whatever direction it's pointed. Pummeling an enemy in its path, a zombie armed with a weapon uses it, but won't retrieve a weapon unless it's told to do so. So, are we happy for this one to head over here and attack that
If you give them an order to attack the nearest hostile, then that's exactly what they'd do, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
So
Right, cool.
they've got 20 feet of movement.
Reading the small print on Animate Dead, essentially you can order one to do a specific task on its own. So, like for example, move in a certain way, or you can order all of them to do like the same thing.
Right. Okay.
Would be like, because I imagine it's on Animate Dead, but it's your Necromancer. That means you can animate more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking at the Animate Dead spell, it says that you can basically give one a really specific order, or you can tell them all to do the exact same thing, but it has to be more simple. So it's like all attack, and they'll do that.
Right.
They'll do that task, and then you have to give them further orders after that.
So they're all in the middle, really. So they're all gonna head towards this one here.
Yeah, swarm it.
It does say as part of like the Animate Dead spell, though, you have to kind of give the orders on your bonus action.
Yes. No, I think we're there as far as that's concerned. On on Miller's last turn, the instruction was...
It did mention about, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
20.
Okay. So that's four attacks on.
Yep.
Scarecrow.
Go for it.
So I just roll. So is this slam?
Yeah, so a zombie slam is +3 to hit. And then it's 1d6 plus 1 damage. In fact, it's 1d6 plus 4 damage because you're a necromancer.
Okay. So roll 4. What should I roll then?
Well, just do one at a time. So you need to see if you hit first. So 1d20. And then we'll just add 3 to it.
Okay.
19
16.
hits. So roll d6 and we add 4 to it.
6.
6 is enough to kill it, as it turns out. It was only on 1 hit point anyway.
Okay.
So in terms of flavour, then I'd like to see that the first one sort of lurches over, pulls it down, and the rest of them just start pulling all these feathers off and start ripping it to pieces. Yeah. But they're going to prove to be a force, you know, Miller. Once you get used to that, those plus you summon undead, and then you're throwing fireballs behind. That's going to be something. Once we get used to it, I reckon that's going to be pretty good.
Yes.
So these Barovian witches. Now that one's unconscious, so she can do jack. How brave are these feeling? Let's give them a roll, shall we? Well, that one. Oh, yep. Both of them aren't feeling particularly too bright. They still think they've got the advantage. So you're still prone, so that gives a disadvantage to hit you. Right, let me just see if there's any other options. Yes, there is another option. Okay. Points centered on the first one, the one at the top, is going to cast a spell. And it's going to be centered on Brungrik. How many hit points has Brungrik got left?
I don't want to tell you that, Dave. It's a bit personal. 59. He's got plenty in the bank.
Shrug it off. She's attempted to put you to sleep, but you've got too many hit points. The second one is just going to throw. What can she do? The only thing that she can realistically do is attempt to cast Tasha's hideous laughter against Beowulf again. She's got to do it, Lewis. I do hope you pass, mate, because otherwise it's going to be a pain in the backside for you. So wisdom saving throw, dude. Come on, Lou. Yes, yes. Yeah. So that doesn't affect you. So that's right. This one is now going to dash on her flying broom. So she's basically gone. Which takes us to Mr. Miller Remon's turn.
Right. Right, now my plan is to drop the F-ball about here.
Okay.
So my plan is a 20-foot radius should cover that, and that, and leave them alone.
Sounds good to me, mate. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look.
Because there's a little fireball.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
And it's 30, isn't it?
20 radius.
20 radius, so 40, isn't it? Oh, I haven't got one. Hold up, 1 sec. I've the way I save the campaigns is a lot better now. So if we do anything else, it'll be a lot easier. Oh, bollocks! And I've just bollocks. Right, yeah, what you said, Miller. Let's. So what have I got? Dex saving throws.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. So 2 witches, 15, and 15. And the scarecrows. Right, roll your damage, dude. 19 and 20. They all pass. And they take 15 damage. That's a real shame. That one dies. Have you spent feats or increased your intelligence on your character? You should have. Sorry, I'll have a look later. DC 15 seems a bit low for 7th level character. And all of you are no longer poisoned because we've gone past the witch's turns.
Sweet.
So I believe we've got a skeleton to deal with, Mr. Miller.
Yeah. So.
Cat.
This one's all bound and can't do anything now, can't it?
Yeah, it's incapacitated.
So if I move out to a skeleton 30, takes them to there. Have I got line of sight on this one?
Yeah. Either. Probably this one.
Okay, I'll take a crack shot at that one then.
Go for it.
So that was I'll go for the firebolt, aren't we? Using the firebolt.
Yeah, yeah. $18 hits. It's one hit point, dude. The plus to hits will kill it, but if you want to roll fill your boots.
Oh well, if it's, I'm going to get more than one, aren't I?
I think it's 2d4 plus 6, is it? So 2d6, whatever. Which takes us to Brungrik.
Oh. So I'll take a bonus action and move my spirit weapon next to this witch
Sure.
and take it to attack.
Come on.
19 to hit.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Is this chappie still standing?
Yeah.
So he'll barge past the zombies. And go for an attack. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
5 points of damage.
Whoa, not quite enough.
Ooh.
Which takes us to Beowulf.
Am I up now?
You can be. You're still prone. So it's half your movement to stand.
Okay, so 20.
Yep.
Lovely jubbly. Yeah, so I'll stand up. Dust myself off. Make an attack against the scarecrow that's close to me.
Yeah.
Flaming sword of vengeance.
There's only one left.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
12 points of damage plus 1d6. 3, so 15.
Now, do you want to kill it?
So basically, he stands up, looks at it, and does kind of a inhalation as his sword ignites even further and does like a little bit of a spin and just lops it. It just disintegrates into flame.
Nice. That, to my recollection, is everything dead bar the one that Damian has got tied up.
Well, is it? I want to try something here.
Yeah.
Just for training purposes. So I've still got 20 feet of movement.
Yeah.
So my character's going to walk 20 foot, and then at the witch that's asleep is going to have a shot at it with his crossbow.
Okay.
12.
12 hits.
6.
It was on 1. Douche.
So literally just walks up to it and with the crossbow bolt straight through its forehead.
Nice.
Problem done.
Yeah, kills it. Right, so I know it's a bit late. Do we want to just have an introduction of characters then? Have a little bit of a role play, or do you want to finish it there and then pick it up next time?
I was hoping to interrogate this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna point
Bring it
at
up, then, Jake.
Barwolf. I'll be like, "What the fuck are you playing at?"
At which point Barwolf just cleans the blood off his sword, sleeves it in, and just nods at Damian and starts walking in the opposite direction.
I'm gonna just look at the rest of the party and think like, "Who the fuck's this chump?"
And we have another beef.
Well, it's not really gonna be beef, but I'm gonna be like sat there like with this dead haggit like in my arm, like not almost like about to collar her as soon as she comes back around, and then like he walks up, pops a bloody bolt in her head, and there's me like, what are you playing at?
And
I
as he
needed
walks by,
answers.
he gives the dwarf a bit of a nod and carries on walking.
I mean, I'm gonna recover back my rope that I've used to tie her up with, and then I'm gonna kind of like start walking over towards the rest of the party and see if we can get some answers as to who this guy is, who's just suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Is the knight back up and running, Dave?
No, he's out. He's a tattered mess on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, so Barwolf's walking over towards the knight and does a bit of a "you fought very honourable," puts his sword across his chest like so, and then again starts walking as if to leave because nobody's talking to him.
Valkyn's just going to limp out the bushes towards the rest of the group and just give him
Drag his
a
feet.
Hello
Ugh.
there.
a little wave.
Brungrik will probably stop him. Wait, friend. What brings you to these parts?
Monster hunting.
Ah,
They were attacking these innocent civilians, at which I was too late. I'm also looking, as my queen passed me a note by her raven, for one called Rillik. Do you know him?
can't say I knew the man myself, but my compatriots might be able to help you there.
Which one?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
No, I don't know a Rillik.
At which point he'll probably look at Valkyn and go, "Yeah, you look my type." Start walking over towards him.
Ooh.
Edgelords.
New Rillik. Pointing to Damian.
Yeah,
New
so
Rillik, he was a sturdy warrior.
where is he? My
Unfortunately.
queen requires to know where he is.
His name all, my friend. He fell in battle while fighting the devil himself.
So at which point you see like a little raven fly down, land on Barwolf's shoulder, and he nods to it, and it flies off again. And that's that. Very well.
You shot Speckled Jim.
And then they'll obviously look at the dwarf again and go say, "You fought very honourable in that battle." And then he'll
Wow.
look at Valkyn and say, "However, you did not."
Well, you know, lad, I've been around the block a few times. You can probably tell by the colour of my hair. I've shared a few battles myself. I know what I'm about. I know my business.
And then he'll do like the old Japanese, a true warrior, while still glaring at Valkyn as if to say, "You hid in the shroud. You should have fallen in battle. You didn't."
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, stood off.
That's why you're on your third character.
Yep.
Can I recommend the fourth character just skips in and holds everyone's hand?
Yeah, play a nice guy next time, Dave.
Yeah.
A happy gnome. A gnome bard.
So Brungrik will probably bring out his flavour whiskey, have a sup, and offer it to well, the blood hunter or the gentleman who stood in front of him and say, "What's your name, friend?" While he's
Barwolf.
offering.
Yeah,
his...
so he'll say Barwolf. He'll say Barwolf Grill. Thank you for the offer, but I do not partake in liquor.
Suit yourself. And what do you have more business here in Barovia?
Wherever there is monsters or lichens, I am hunting one in particular that can speak. Do you know of this lichen?
And you sort of see, you know, the mention of your hunting monsters. You see this sort of like, here we go. This is my type of man. Sort of hand rub. We've crossed paths with a werewolf of that nature. Only yesterday, he was a part of a party that killed one of our companions and kidnapped another.
And then he'll say, "Where are they?"
We've been told of potentially some of their hunting grounds. However, that is not our current destination. Our current destination is to hunt a bigger evil than him.
At this point, the raven will fly down on his shoulder, nod at Barwolf, and he'll say, "Very well. My queen says that I will join you."
Lend me your sword in this, friend, and I will help you hunt down the werewolf after.
Viddy well, Droog. Viddy well.
Nice. So, like I say, quite happy to leave it there. Then, if we've got 2 new characters introduced, that's some numbers you're throwing out now. So next session is going to be, if we're carrying on with the plan, heading off towards Vallaki, trying to get in touch with Rictavio, and then with all haste heading towards the mill and trying to sort these hags out. Is that a reasonable? Obviously, I don't want to micromanage the game, but
No, it sounds about right. Because we needed Rictavio to go against the hags, didn't we?
Yeah, because we're not going to beat him on our own.
It is your best bet now that you know that he is Van Richten. Even with Damian's guide to his monsters, with a blood hunter in the party, with a necromancer in the party, and everyone firing on all cylinders, you could do with Van Richten's help, or Rictavio as we need to call him. So that to me is going to be the next session.
Assuming he's at the pub.
Hopefully so, and we'll try. We'll have to see how we get on. I'll try and arrange it so none of us are on day shifts the day after. But fingers crossed.
What time is it, Dave?
Game time. It's midday.
Midday.
I'm missing some feats, Dave.
I tell you what. Let me stop the fellow man out there.